So when you got here and you started your job with BuzzFeed, immediately you were asked to basically make and pitch ideas for videos,
right?
Which is different than what you were doing in New York. Yeah?
Totally.
So how did that change work out? Was it something you had to get used to, like making so many pitches at a time, or was it something you were comfortable with since you were making all your own content as it was?
The biggest thing is like at BuzzFeed, you are responsible for everything. So you pitch an idea,
right.
You have to shoot it, direct it, edit it, write it. And I hadn't been shooting my own videos. I hadn't been like lighting them. So
Sure.
It was like all of a sudden it's like, okay, I have to be an expert at everything I do.
Right.
And I learned pretty quickly, and you have help. Like you can ask someone to shoot it for you, or you can hire someone to shoot it. You have interns who can help with lighting and running sound. But it's like, you're working with people who are like, oh, like if there's like an issue with a lav, they're coming to you being like, oh, this lav won't sync. And I'm like, I don't know how to sync a lav. Like, oh, should I Google it? So now I feel like very confident in all these technical skills. But at the time, that was the biggest learning curve. And editing. Like I didn't know how to do After Effects.
Right.
I could edit. I edited X's, but like, it wasn't like a skill. I wasn't like a sound editor. I didn't know how to sound mix. I didn't.
Right.
And now, I sound mix my own stuff. So
how many ideas do you come up with in a week, and how many do you actually shoot? Or what? Do they have like a quota for
really
you?
We did have a quota. We don't have a quota right now, which is much better for me. I'm so whenever there's like a limit, I feel so restricted.
Yeah.
So like I make more videos now without a quota than I did with a quota because I was like so overwhelmed by like, oh, I guess I need to make another video. And like I also the other biggest issue is like quality control for me.
Right.
I could spend a month editing a video, showing it to people, getting feedback, like doing 10 cuts of it until it's perfect. I'm such a perfectionist. So all of a sudden I was in a place where it's like, okay, shoot this today, have it out by Wednesday. And I'd be like, wait, what? Like, that's too fast. Like, it's not perfect yet. And they'd be like, yeah, just finish it. It's fine. Done is better than perfect.
Right.
So getting that into my mentality was also different. But it helps a lot because it's nice to finish something, move on to the next thing,
totally.
and not overthink it.
Yeah. Because most people don't notice the things you're noticing after 10 edits or whatever.
Completely.
You're just completely nitpicking or whatever.
And it prevents you from moving on to the next thing.
Yeah.
I think part of it is this feeling of like, what if this is my last idea I ever have?
Oh.
Like, what if this is my last good thing? And once you get to the point where you're like, no, I'll come up with another good thing tomorrow. Like, it's much better. The more you make, the more you realize you don't have some like well of ideas that's going to disappear because you're a human being. You'll keep on having experiences and you'll pull from those new experiences.
Absolutely. So at BuzzFeed, it's not so much I thought it was more collaborative. It's just you coming up with ideas and then you making your ideas. It's not you in a room pitching your ideas and everyone workshopping them?
We have brainstorms, so like there'll definitely be times where we'll like brainstorm together.
I feel that breeze. It's a brainstorm coming.
Yeah, so I'm sorry, I hit the mic.
It's so corporate. It sounds like
yeah, it is.
Brainstorm, guys, come on in here.
Corporation.
Take the slide down. So like once a week you'll all get together.
Yeah, we'll have brainstorms. We'll have like writing sessions sometimes if you're trying to like beat out an idea or something. But for the most part, it's like, so what are you working on this week?
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Talk about freedom.
There's a lot of freedom.
That's really nice.
Yeah. And that's basically why I've been able to sort of take what I wanted to do and do it at BuzzFeed. Moving the mic, sorry.
When you make content like that for BuzzFeed, do they own, it's all theirs, right?
They own everything. They own me.
Was that different for you to go from making your own stuff that you could submit to things to, because you probably can't submit BuzzFeed videos to festivals or anything, right? She's shaking her head.
Nope.
So was that a different thing for you to?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, X's was so big to me because I owned it and because I could show it to people and because I put it on Vimeo and it won an award and that was special to me, you know?
Right.
And especially because I hadn't really made anything like that before. BuzzFeed, but then I did this glamour series, and that to me was like corporate. It was like it was noted to death. By the time the videos came out, they didn't really feel like mine anymore.
Right.
And that's why. And I'm like happy with the series. I'll rewatch and I'll be like, oh, these are fun videos, but it's not like I'm like. It's just something I didn't end up really caring about.
Did they pay you for that series?
They paid me.
Okay.
Yeah. And then for coming to BuzzFeed, like you really do have creative control over your work. And you know, they might give you notes, but they're not going to be like, this needs 2 more weeks of editing and we need to like ask the president what he thinks of it. Like it's not, they're so much more chill about it. So I do feel like I have more creative control, which is nice. And the ownership they have is like, it belongs to them. I can't submit it. They get to do what they want with it. But at the end of the day, it still feels like my video.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel like they've like taken anything
Right,
from
and you
me.
have credits on it or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, we don't really get credited, but that's why a lot of people put themselves in their own videos there.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
See, for me, it would be hard to, like, if you came up with, like, this amazing idea while you're at BuzzFeed, and this is just me, I'm not saying you do this, but I would be like, maybe I should save this for myself.
Totally. I think that is a thing people think.
Oh, really? That's going to be tough.
I mean, it's hard because it's also like I made this short film this summer that was like, it's a drama. It's like 22 minutes. And it was one of those things where I was like, should I make this on my own? But I was like, well, I have all these resources. It'd be very expensive to do it on my own. And I wanted to do it there also because then it's in your portfolio. Then you can show it to people. Then if you want to make a feature or something and get investors, you can say like, here's work I've done.
Right.
And so BuzzFeed is a great place to sort of like make that and to just like have resources for free and sort of gestate creatively.
Yeah. So out here, have you started auditioning for things? Or
I'm not allowed to because BuzzFeed owns me.
What? Oh, no.
Yeah.
Wait. You're not allowed to audition for commercials even? Really?
Yeah, you're not allowed to do any work you get paid for.
That is okay.
Part of me was like, can I do this podcast? And then I was like, I'm not getting paid for it, so I can. But
wow.
Which I will say.
I've had BuzzFeed people on here.
Have you?
Jessica Jardin, but she might have just started that.
No, she, I think, is a writer. She doesn't work for the video team, does she? Or she works for Branded, maybe?
I'm not sure.
I think this would be different for her.
This is fascinating.
Yeah.
Wait, so what's your title officially?
I'm a video producer.
BuzzFeed video producer.
Yeah.
And they won't let you, are you on like a contract or are you just like a day, like an employee?
I'm on contract, yeah.
Oh, this is fascinating.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
but you can write on your own, right?
Yes.
Interesting.
I mean, I can write independent projects. You know, I've like written pilots and I can write like the show that I'm doing, the stage show. So
sure, yeah.
You can definitely do other work, but because of that, I mean, some people will be at BuzzFeed for life because it can be comfortable, and they have, you know, development partners who get to sell shows to like Go90 and NBC and the places we're trying to work with. For other people, it's a place where you can be for a few years and then, go out on your own, audition for things, sell a show, try to do your own work. So
that's fascinating.
Yeah, because of those rules and guidelines, which are quite strict.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I had no idea about any of this.